Are you all on this Thursday? We're at the Vaal. Waited to Win continues, and we do so in good form, I must tell you. I don't know where you were watching on Twitter at Waited to Win, our handle, or on our WhatsApp group, or perhaps even 4racing.tv to get the information. Otherwise, channel 240 on DSTV. But let me tell you that Daryl and Darren struck gold yesterday again. The day before, they got that 72,000 Rand pick six. On Wednesday, out at Hollywood Bets Gravel, look what they did. The first race, they got this bipot. And yeah, they got 7 or 8 times your money. Doesn't matter what you spend. You spend 10 Rand, you got 7, 8 times the money you spent on the bipot. It's a fantastic race one. Race 2, they got the place accumulator. And there they got 4 or 5 times your money on the place accumulator. And then after catching the big pick six on Tuesday, where we got 72,000, which was effectively something like 35 times your money. Yesterday, there was a big perm, but if you took that, whatever you spent, you doubled your money. Now, remember, there's that QR code that you use. You take your phone, as we've shown you, you hold your camera up, the code, the URL code comes up, so to speak, and then it takes you to the bet if you've registered with the tab for racing at the end of the day, that particular site. I hope you've done that already because it's great news. And at the end of the day, what is it? It's simple. Scan and scoop. Those are the 3 key words. Well, first, let's see. Hopefully the form continues. I've got Daryl Marie with me. And what does this card look like? I mean, look forward to it because I know you were bullish yesterday and you were bullish the day before. So let me work out if you're bullish. I'll work out of 10.
Claude, we always look forward to every single meeting. So I'm certainly looking forward to this. I think this is a very tricky card. So tread warily. Maybe spend a little bit less than what you normally do because it is difficult.
Tough one. Okay, that's fine. Let's get Daryl, I want to go. Let's get into the first. I can tell you from a market perspective, guys, and this does help, I think, because it'll give you an idea when you're watching closer to race time. We're doing this at 10 o'clock this morning, so we're not far off. But at 10 o'clock this morning, Joe Soma's horse, Lady of Power, 15 to 20 was the current asking price. Silver Mensa, number 9, the second choice at 3 to 1. And then it's basically those two in terms of the market. Is Joe Soma's horse hard to beat?
She is going to prove very hard to beat, but I've got a healthy respect for the second favourite, Clyde, Silver Mensa. Now, considering she choked up on debut and she found some interference, I thought that was an encouraging introduction. Please note the tongue tie does get fitted, and she was supported on that day, so she is showing good work at home. So she is the favourite's danger. So let's touch on the favourite, Clyde. Now, we're going to show a replay of a debut. You'll be super impressed. She's a lovely-looking daughter of Master of My Fate, a big, long striding action. And she's going to appreciate the extra watch when she goes even further. Now, in this replay, Clyde, she was sandwiched in between 2 horses that have come out and won, and that is Flower Bomb and Ferrari Gold. And please take note, she didn't run above expectations on debut. Joe Soma said on that occasion she's showing very good work, and she's got a quartet chance. So she certainly was no surprise on debut. I think the race lies between the two of them, of the race runners. We don't know about the first timers, Clyde.
Okay, we'll watch it. Let's go to that rerun that Daryl's talking about. I can tell you that Lady of Power, first time out, opened at 16 to 1. Although, you know, it was mentioned as fancied, went out 25 to 1. So there wasn't money first time out for it. But here's a bipot. Now let's go to the bipots and put that up. There's that scan here option for you with your camera. Takes you straight to the URL and you can get your bets on. Banker 5, we are going to banker this in the bipot by 4, 5, 6, 8, 11, by 1, 5, 6, by 3 and 6, by 6, 8, 9, by 8, 9 and 15. And that bipot's 270 Rand. Let's go back to when Lady of Power ran. This last run, let's have a look. Lady of Power is over there in the blue and the white colours, and that's the one to watch out for as you come past the 300 metre mark and starts to lengthen its stride. Now, of course, from this particular form line, you'll see the time for Orchids came to win, and that's the Sean Terry horse in the yellow colours in the middle. Flower Bomb, who was the second horse, ended up coming out Flower Bomb to win the next time, and Ferrari Gold, the fourth horse, came from there and won as well. So make a note of that the second and fourth horses from there won. And so we're expecting Lady of Power to perhaps do the same. Back with us now for the second race on the card. We're at the Vaal, and it's good to have you with us. For those of you that have just joined, we're going on to the place accumulator now. This is a 1,200-metre event. It is a maiden juvenile class field. I can tell you from a market perspective, whilst we were doing the show at about 10 o'clock this morning, that number 4, Fort Lauderdale, top of the boards at 12 to 10. The Bar and Buertas and Yolanda Fossley stable come together. Diego de Gavea, as I understand, is riding that at 12 to 10. 11 Time in the Woods is the second choice at 7 to 2, and then 9 to 2 about number 5, Jimmy Don. Those are the three. Market says, write your ticket for anything else.
Clyde, Andrew Bond interviewed Warren Boyces on the 4 Racing YouTube channel. You can go watch the replays. Where else are they shown?
On .4racing.tv, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and Warren's very bullish. He expects us to win. He debuted at 25 to 1. I have my doubts with regards to the clean living form line. So I'm certainly not going to be taking that price about him. But he's got plenty of scope for improvement.
Has he shortened already, or was he longer?
Yeah, he shortened in the market.
Okay.
Clyde, I think a horse like number 8, Stella Eclavie, can certainly improve on what he's shown to date. He has been rested and gelded. And I know prior to his later start, he was rumoured to have been working extremely well. So I have no doubt that he's going to show much improvement come today. Then you got the likes of number 11, Time in the Woods. Now, last time out, he ran on the poly track. He has he's got track experience. So yeah, he ran second in his penultimate start, pulled well clear of the third place run on that occasion. But I didn't like the way he moved to the start in his latest outing on the poly track. Watch how he goes down to the start in the Canter Past. And then obviously Jimmy Don can also make further improvement. I think it's tricky. I think it's more open than what the betting suggests.
Yeah, the Jimmy Don form not too bad, because the Wolf of Wellesley come to run second from there, and Captain's Consort come to run second as well. So it hasn't been no winners, but the form's not too bad for Jimmy Don. Can't tell you the best bred horse, I think, in the race is always called Brave Viking, but there's no movement for that just yet. Anyway, let's go to PAs and get that up for you now. This is what it looks like. We're going first leg 4, 8 and 11. So all of those are going in the PA. Second leg 1 and 5. Third leg 3 and 6. Then we're bankering the 9 by 8 and 9 by 2, 6 and 8. And at the back 1, 5, 7 and 9. It's a 288 Rand perm. Don't forget to scan that code and get straight to the bet. Third race on the card. Let's get our pick 6 on now. Hopefully you got your phones ready to scan the code. And we're going with, the market indicating that Johnny Dogs is top of the boards at 2 to 1. Second choice, number 1, Big 5, is currently at 28 to 10. Then you've got Never Too Clever. We've been for that a few times, 4 to 1. And 13 to 2 about number 5, Bye Bye Birdie. Let's ask Daryl now how we play first leg of the pick 6. Market does seem to fancy this horse from Robin, who's great to know that she's already had her first winner, and perhaps can follow up in a short space of time.
Yes, Clyde, in this race it's a case of the unexposed horses against the older rivals. Number 1, Big 5, and number 2, Never Too Clever. Now, they both had their chances, Clyde. There's very little separating the two of them on several form lines. I see Never Too Clever has had the blinkers removed this time around. But, Clyde, I'm not too sure with regards to the form lines of the unexposed horses. Now, Johnny Dogs put up a fair debut. There have been 2 winners from there, Clyde, but I don't believe they're strong winners. I think that form line is still up for review to see how it holds up. He debuted at the odds of 40 to 1. There was no support for him on debut. But in saying that, he's got plenty of scope for improvement, alongside the likes of number 5, Bye Bye Birdie. Now, Nathan Klink now takes the ride. Another one who's got plenty of scope for improvement, very lightly raced. Unsure of the form lines, though. So it's a very difficult event, in my opinion. I don't think it's cut and dried with regards to the favourite.
Okay, well, let's go to that run you're talking about with this horse, Johnny Dogs. We're going to just quickly put up our pick 6 for you so you can get that up. And the first leg, after Daryl and Darren put their selections together, they've come up with 1, 2, 5 and 6 in the first leg. Then bank of the 3, then 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, then 8 and 9, then field. At the back, they're gone 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2,520 Rand or 252 Rand for 10%, or 25 Rand and change for 1%. It's your call. Yes, Johnny Dogs. Let's go and have a look at that run quickly. And we'll show you, of course, Johnny Dogs is over there in the light blue color. So watch out for that as they come past the 200 or 300 meters. Now, from this line, you'll notice this horse, Time to Shine, is the horse that goes through. That's in the Werner's colors, obviously, in the red sleeves towards the inside. Time in the Woods, Paul Peter, the second horse over there, is racing away to try and get up second at this point in time. And that's back there at the fence trying to battle away. There was nothing separating the two. Time in the Woods come to run second from there. Then you see the third horse, Johnny Dogs. Great Melody, the fourth horse, won, as Daryl said. And so did Magic Flower, who was further back in the middle of the field. The form line's not bad. Daryl's just worried about the quality. We're on to race number 4, so now it's jackpot time. They're up the straight, as are all the races today, 1,400 metres. And this particular event, well, there's a maiden-class field for fillies and mares. Market's got Bless My Stars, a first-timer. We don't know much about Bless My Stars, but I can tell you that she's 15 to 10. I believe she was longer, so there's been money for her already. One Mercurial Jet, 7 to 2 is the second choice. And then you can get 6 to 1 bar those two. So I guess it's all about what we know about this first-timer. Any comments from Paul?
Yes, working well in the front of the computer form. Dam won 6 races, very useful, up to 2,000. She does debut over the 1,400 Clyde, but she's rumoured to be decent. So let's see how she goes. Follow the marker closer to race time. Of the race runners, I think it lies between the 2, Luna Ballard, and the 6, Green Bubbles Clyde. I don't like anything else in the race, to be quite frank. Now, both of them put up fair debuts, but I think they're both going to come on in leaps and bounds. Now, we've seen Green Bubbles' form line, Clyde, being franked with Feather Boa and Killshot. And yesterday there was a winner, indirect winner, albeit in Magic Inspiration on the Gravel Poly track.
And that also liked, eh?
Yes.
Well done with that.
Yeah.
Any price. I mean, it drifted from, 6, 7 to 1 to 14 to 1 or something?
She blew off the boards. I think it was due to the fact that she didn't move well down to the start.
Okay.
But maybe that's just her, Clyde. Certain
I don't know, unfortunately.
certain actions.
But you did like her. Well done on Magic Inspiration yesterday. But today, you're saying that this form, the Green Bubbles form, was a big run.
Anti-post, I'd say Green Bubbles represents the value in the race. Healthy respect for the 2, Luna Ballard. But everything hinges on the first time of Bless My Stars. If she's very decent and well above average, she could make a winning debut.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because out of Green Bubbles comes Feather Boa. So that's probably the only horse I think that Bless My Stars may have to worry about. Let's go and get this jackpot on now, guys. Let's see what the story is. 236. So they're playing it safe, the boys. Darren and Daryl have both decided 236 by 145, 689, by 8915 by field. I think this, please touch wood, give me wood to touch. This may be the 10th jackpot in a row that Waited to Win can catch. Touchwood, 486 Rand. Scan the code. We're on to race number 5. Welcome back to the studios here. We are set up in Kyalami, and that's where we record our Waited to Win program from. And race 5 is the first of the second jackpot. It's a maiden class field. They'll sprint them over 1,000 meters. This morning, Silver Clock was top of the boards at 5 to 2 from the Fani Bronco stable that Gavin Lorena's riding. Number 5 is the first time, we don't know much about that. A Touch of Sugar from Ash Fortune stable, who's at 7 to 2. And then you've got 4 to 1 about Paul Matchett, Heart and Mind, number 6. And then I think Ash has got Beltway in there, who's 6 to 1 at the moment. And then double figures about everything else. I don't know if I like the race.
The form on offer over Clyde isn't strong whatsoever. So, if the filly like A Touch of Sugar has ability, she could make a winning debut. You know that there is a comment in the front of the computer form. Nice filly, but will need the experience, Clyde. She is a full sister to Arabian Air. Now, he won on debut and then ran second to Twist of Fate. He looked like he was going to be something special. But follow the market with regards to her chances come race time.
Yeah, beautifully.
Let's touch on the race runners now. Silver Clock, she's very, very limited. But I do believe her best form is over this trip, the minimum trip of 1,000 meters. She now gets a set of blinkers fitted. That could certainly assist her. And that stable is in good form at the moment, Fani Bronkhorst. And what I like about her chances is she's drawn near to Heart and Mind. Now, Clyde, Heart and Mind comes out running. She needs to relax in her races to be able to finish them off If that's the case today, she can certainly keep rolling, because last time out, she was coming back from a layoff, and in the front of the computer form, it said that she's going to need her comeback run. So she's going to strip much fitter. If she can get a break on them, and if she's doing it comfortably, she could win this time round. Silver Clock's her biggest danger. But I think don't be surprised to see her first time I make a winning debut over here.
It's interesting because you're talking about from that form. Inventrix was there. And
Yes,
Inventrix fought up with Mrs. Browning.
Yes,
who ran
that's
yesterday,
right.
of course. So that's not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad form at all, is it? All right. What does that mean if we put it in writing? Well, let's go and have a look exactly what it looks like. The second jackpot, we're going 5, 6, and 9 in this particular leg. So a touch of sugar, heart and mind, and silver clock. Then we're going with the 8, 9, and 15 in the second. This is being Daryl's jackpot himself. And then, Daryl, you got a two-horse race later, just 2 and 8.
That's a very tricky race, Clyde. It's a Fillies and Mares handicap.
Yeah.
But I have to take a chance somewhere.
Of course you do. All right, and then 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's a well, at least it's affordable, Daryl, at 126 Rand.
I'm hoping you can take it a few times.
No, well, it's one of those things. But yesterday, something like this, you got 7, 8 times your money. Let's hope we can do a step and repeat. We're on to race 6 in the maiden class field. It's a sprint again over 1,000 meters. The market here, I'll just go there for you. This is what they're saying. That Far Away Winter's favourite at, I think you can get 2 to 1. Spielberg, the second choice, who's currently trading at around 3 to 1. And Varticus is the second choice at 7 to 1. Then I see the One Forever Free, 8 to 1. And it's 11s or 10s and better about the others. If you want to follow us on social media, we are on Twitter at Waiter to Win. We've also got a WhatsApp number. You can just send your name in there and they'll add you to our group. And 4racing.tv for race-by-race clips. What do we do in this race? The Azzy Adam and Michael Azzy horse that Diego de Gavea is riding. We remember this because Derek David was in the country at the time, and I think they liked it quite strongly first time, but then it was like all over the place, wasn't it?
Punted deep into the red, Cloud, on that occasion. 2 lengths ahead of him was the likes of Mercantor, who's won 3 races since then. He's very useful, Cloud. Now, he was put away since his disappointing debut, rested and gelded, could make plenty improvement, Cloud, making his comeback. He could be anything, but we don't know his well-being. If he's expected to go close, Clyde, I think he is certainly the one to beat.
Yeah, listen, the Azzies, let me tell you about Michael Azzy and these guys. When they may need the run, but when it comes to sprinting, these horses are ready. I don't care if they come back from 6 months, they are ready. Okay, that's my view, but Adam might say, no, still, you know what I mean? But
that's your view. I'd say
20 years of history with the Azzy stable, 5 furlong horse, it's got to be fit. Sorry.
There's some big hitters in the ownership of your Clyde.
Yeah. I just don't know how good the horse is. I hope the horse is good enough. What's the competition like? I mean, the quality of the race.
Well, Spielberg, he was very speedy on debut. He came up for air that last 100 meters. The form line certainly hasn't held up. The horse that finished alongside him is very, very moderate, but I think he's going to be better over the 5 furlongs. Very speedy pedigree, Clyde. He's related to Tempting Fate. I think his dam was a very good sprinter, so he's going to improve with that run under his belt. But like I say, I've got my doubts over their form line. I've got my doubts on the well-being of the favourite. So I've just backed them up with Varticus. Now he's very exposed, but he does try the blinkers now. And that could certainly assist him. But Clyde, I'm not too sure. If I knew that the favourite was fit and well and expected to make a winning comeback, I'd say to the viewers, go have a bet.
Yeah. Well, that's a very interesting thing. Perhaps fit and well, just hopefully good enough to win. Let's have a look at what we're doing in the race in terms of what you want to scan here. And the guys are saying, let's just do an exacta and box 8, 9, 15. Get your phone out, hold your camera up against that QR code on the screen. You got it? The URL should be popping up now. Press on that. It takes you to the website and it says, take the bet. Hopefully you've registered to do so and it does it for you. Handicaps now. This is Fillies and Mares. They'll sprint them over 1,000 meters. Fillies and Mares handicap, as always, not easy. I think Daryl's worked it out that there perhaps are a couple of runners if the jackpot's anything to go by. Well, Razara is top of the boards, number 8 on the card, 28-10 when we last had a look. Number 6, All of Me, is currently 7-2 at the time of recording. And the 7, Sweet Sensation, is at 6-1. Is it a Cornet Spitz race is the question, because he's got a couple of strong ones in here. Although there are a few, I guess, that could win in a lineup like this. They've all got a say, don't they?
Claude, if you're running the exotics, you're hoping to have field in this leg because you can make a case for each and every one of you. I'd like to keep this preview to as limited as possible because it's a nightmare of a race. Let's touch on 2, Clyde Razara. Now, she obviously holds plenty on her latest third to Casse Inferno. But prior to that, there's very muddling form lines. So you have to respect the fillies that you beat last time out because they do have claims. And then I think a filly like number 2, May Queen, will certainly improve. She's back in a 5 furlong event now, Clyde. She's back in her handicap. Please take note, Dennis Schwarz now takes the ride. I'm expecting more from her. Don't be surprised to see her pop up. I know she's got a big weight to shoulder, but she's more than capable and she has earned her rating. Clyde, a very, very tricky event.
Well, it was like All of Me would have a chance if you like May Queen, wouldn't it? And Kayla's Champ came out there.
Yes. All of Me, I've got my doubts of the 5 furlongs, the very quick 5 furlongs. But Clyde, you know, she's gutsy and she's game. She always runs a decent race. So I wouldn't be shocked to see her win.
Interesting race, guys. It's what we can give you in terms of summarising it and downscaling it to the principal horses, but perhaps it's open. Let's have a look at our selections race 7, and we thought swingers, play it safe. This will cost you 120 Rand if you take it 20 times effectively. And 2, 3, 6, 8. Those are the numbers. Who are they? They May Queen, Midnight Gem, All of Me, and Razara. Those are the 4. One more to go. This is homeward bound now. Do we need to get out of it, or are we still cruising in perms? By now, you'll know where we stand. Let's have a look at the race. This presents itself as a handicap for fillies and mares. It's 1,000 metres again, and the market, when we were doing it this morning, showed that the favourite is Love Bite from the Fani Bronkhorst stable. That's 5-1. They bet 5-1 the field. Samoa's 5-1. Phoenix Fox is currently at 11-2. Rose for Trippy's 11-2. And you can write your ticket, really. You can make up your mind as to what you want to back. It seems to be one of those tough races. Nice horses. I mean, I think they've got ability, some of them, in the race, Daryl. But it's not a race that you want to be running in the last without backup, right?
Clyde, hopefully we've managed to catch the bar pots and the first jackpots and having a few drinks around Dylan's bar. But yeah, it's not a race you want to get too involved in. If I had to suggest a bet, maybe an each way play on number 7, Feather the Nest. I thought she was travelling too well in the 6 furlongs last time out, Clyde. She drops back into 5 furlongs. Have a look at her penultimate start. She's 3.5 kilograms better off for a 2-length beating behind Love Bite. I think she'll improve on her later start. And then Veranova, now last time out, she was troublesome at the start. They removed her, they examined her. I think she's a length or 2 better than that effort. Yeah, nightmare of a race, Clyde. Interesting over here, Love Bite. There have been 6 runners from her form line. All 6 have run unplaced. Not saying that you can't win. It's a nightmare of an event, Clyde. Maybe each way play on number 7, Feather the Nest.
Yeah, you know, I've always fancied Samoa, so I think Samoa is one of those horses that can run in the money. But Daryl, I guess you're 100% right. Open. This is what we're doing in the last. I'll take you through that now. We'll basically have a look at what we want to do, and we're taking exactas. The horses that I'll be focusing on: 1, Phoenix Fox; 5, Samoa; 7, Feather the Nest; and the 9, Veranova. Take the bet for whatever you can afford. All the very best for the last race. Thank you so much for watching.